Hey there, Mike here with Comfort Property. Hope you guys are doing well. This is the series about the Century home that I'm renovating right now. Nothing. I haven't been posting. I haven't posted anything in a while now, and the reason is that nothing has happened. So it's probably been 3 weeks. There was Christmas holidays in there. I've hired somebody to do the drawings, and I'm still waiting on that. And once I receive this, which will be in about 2 weeks, then I'll submit that to the city, and it'll probably be another week or two before I can get my permits and then proceed. So nothing has happened, and as soon as I'll get updates, I'll post those here. So what I thought I would do in the meantime is just go over some numbers with you. Okay, so I've got a little Excel sheet that I've built here, and I just wanted to share with you how I do things. That way you can do the same and get your numbers straight in line before you decide to pull the trigger on a home, and or how much you're going to pull the trigger on that home. Okay, so those are important things. So the numbers here are not for anything in particular, they're just random. But what's important is the asking price and the value of the home after the repairs are done. Okay, so once you've calculated how much you are willing to pay for the home and how much it would be worth once you're done the renovation you're going to do, this is what you want to put in here. Okay, every expenses that you have while the home is rented, this is where I put it here. So I calculate the heat, the electricity, um, the water, sewer taxes, condo fee, which would be stratus fee or HVA or whatever it is called, the insurance. If you have a pool, maybe there's a pool manager, some resident manager, maybe there's some other things. And these ones here are maybe you have a property management company that you hire to take care of it. Whatever fees they might charge, normally it's around 3%. You also want to calculate some sort of vacancy allowance because it may be rented most of the 12 months of the year, but there will be time where people will move out and new people will move in, and there may be a gap in there. So I always allow some amount of money to get in my pocket. That way I'll have some money for a month or two while the home is vacant. And then repair and maintenance, a little budget for repair and maintenance. Okay, so I always calculate those. You're not going to have something on all of them. Most of my tenants pay for heat, for gas and electricity. The sewer, also the water, and I will pay for the tax and insurance, obviously. So you may pay for the heat, electricity. So that's for you to decide between you and your tenant. But anyway, regardless, it's going to give you a monthly amount here while the home is rented. And then by the time you rent it, and before you rent, by the time you purchase the home, and the time that you rent it out, you'll probably do some work. So here I calculate a little box here with the same stuff, the number of months, and then how many it's going to cost me per month for whatever things here. So I know how much it's going to cost me to actually rehab the home, because I'm still going to pay for heat, electricity, some taxes while it is being worked on. So I have to calculate that. This box here is just for how much I'm going to rent each unit for. And then I do have some other boxes here. This is the purchase cost. So if you do a home inspection, you'll have some time and mortgage setup cost. You'll have some lawyer fees and whatnot. And these 6 boxes here are for unit. So unit 1, how much you're willing to spend or planning to spend on the kitchen, the dining room, the bedrooms, and blah 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 and so on. For here, the 33,000 and the 63,000 just get added up down here on top of whatever this amount is right here. Okay, so these are all the things that I calculate, and then on my second sheet I have come on, here I have the result that tells me what my monthly income would be, my expenses, my cash flow, and cash on cash and whatnot. Okay, and then it also tells me down here how much the home would be worth, or how much money I would make after X amount of years. So these are all things that you want to calculate. This is ones that I have made myself. There are plenty on the internet. You can also build your own if you can, or just crunch on paper some numbers on paper. As long as you calculate something, that's the most important thing. Because at the end of the day, you want to make money. You're not buying it to lose money. Okay, so on this example, where's my? On this example, I'm the cash on cash is 25%, 24%, sorry, per year. So off the money that I have invested in there, I'm getting back 25%. The last thing that you want to have is be in the negative in those numbers. That means that you're better off just taking your money, put it in the bank. You'll make more money that way. Okay, so obviously you're trying to make more money than if you just put it in the bank. So you want to make sure that these numbers line up with that, with what you want. Okay, so hopefully this helps. Go on the internet, find whatever other program there is. There's tons of them that are free. Play with them, and then make sure you calculate everything. I always try to break it down per room. It'll give you a better idea, and just round these numbers up, and it adds up quite a bit. Okay, all right, I'll talk to you guys soon.